Hey everybody! The upcoming 3.17.2 patch looks to bring with it a variety of new gameplay opportunities, bug fixes, and quality of life improvements. And one of the ways it aims to do that is to include important evolutions of mission systems you may already be familiar with. On this week's show, we're looking at two important expansions, beginning with the addition of delivery missions specific to those unafraid of breaking the law.
Currently in Star Citizen, we have our delivery missions that everyone knows. They're only for legal, law-abiding citizens. We have no missions for someone who's on the wrong side of the law, someone who lives out of grim hacks. And in 3.17.2, we will rectify that by adding our illegal delivery missions. The illegal delivery missions in 3.17.2 are going to function somewhat similarly to the legal ones, but they get run through a different organization. You will be running them through Redwind. You will have to build up your reputations with them. They will test your trust. They will see that you're reliable by doing fairly legal things at the beginning, and eventually they will give you one of these missions where you have to do something a bit dodgy. And based on how you do that thing, they will either open this career path for you or not. There will be some risks involved. You will have to visit some really nefarious locations, some drug labs, some stashes where generally they're not populated by your lawful citizens. So you might encounter some people doing similar missions that are not very favorable to other people doing them. You might bump into them, you might have to end up in a fight, or maybe you join up on other adventures. The other more fixed risk factor is the chance of getting interdicted a lot more. So you will have to make sure when you get interdicted, you pretty much have to run for it. If they find the drugs on you or whatever illegal things you're moving, that will end up in you going to prison or in a fight or having to run for your life. And obviously with the additional risk, there will come additional rewards that the legal side of the career delivery missions will not give you. Looking ahead, we're also looking to add different sizes of parcels to delivers, including small handheld items that the player can stash in their inventory and all kind of other items that whatever you can think of. This is open-ended. We'll find cool things to add in there, different objects, different type of penalties if you get caught with them. We'll make it fun. Obviously, this is not the end of delivery missions. We will keep exploring and finding new things to add. We'll be making stuff interesting for everyone who is in this line of work in the universe. Whether they are on the legal or illegal side of things, we'll find something cool for them to move from point A to point B.
These new missions from Redwind are only the first in a new initiative to add more gameplay opportunities to those who want to play outside of proper society's rules and look to make their debut in the upcoming Alpha 3.17.2. But up next, here's a phrase you may not have heard around here in some time. Service beacons, specifically combat assist service beacons. They've been due an upgrade for some time, and they're about to get their next one. Let's find out more.
With the current state of the combat service beacons, we like that it's content for players to go out and shoot a ship gun at something. Like, it's combat, and that's fun and engaging and interesting. We like the concept, but not its current execution.
Service beacons are ways that players and NPCs can request assistance from the player or create missions for the players.
We don't like that there's not a whole lot of variety in them. You generally are fighting kind of the same ships.
I'd say one of the biggest problems is that there's no frame of reference to the player in terms of like what they're getting themselves into before they go. So the only indicator that the player has as to how difficult or challenging the mission's going to be is what the mission's paying. So the more that it pays, the more difficult the mission will be. And if as a new player you don't know that or know that scale, you don't have any concept of what you're getting yourself into.
Well, What we are going to be doing is basically making it so that there are now 10 levels of difficulty for these combat service assist beacons. And when you go to accept them in your contract broker, you will be able to actually see that you are accepting anywhere from 1 to 10, depending on your reputation with the organization running these service assist beacons. In this particular case, difficulty 1 might be something as easy as go save this little, relatively undamaged ship from an Aurora or something. Pretty easy, pretty starter, something that you should be able to handle. As you do more of them and rank up, you will unlock higher and rarer variants, up to difficulty 10, which should be something on the lines of like, oh, there is a relatively damaged ship being attacked by either a small group or an Idris or something quite threatening. And that mission should basically mean that when you are accepting it, you immediately say to your friends, everybody hop in, we're going to go and handle this together. That to us is kind of the key goal, is that those upper difficulties start getting people doing these together as a group and making the game feel more multiplayer, even in these simpler, smaller missions. We're pretty excited for this update. It has been a long time coming. We're hoping that it will make this piece of content considerably more engaging, something that players can have a bit more fun with and will want to engage with more. And it has served us quite ably as a method for ramping up a new designer so that we can start producing more and more content for you in the future. We are currently aiming for a release with 3.17.2.
So what did we learn this week? Well, we learned that there will be more non-combat opportunities for aspiring criminals when illegal delivery missions come online. That the combat assist service beacons are getting a multi-stage glow-up that'll make it easier for players to prepare for what's ahead. And that you can call the 8th the 7th, but we all really know what's up. I guess technically we learned that last week. Now, don't forget that First Contact Day and International Bar Citizen Weekend are both upon us. Check out the RSI website for details. And then after that, it's Alien Week. Yeah, we're in the can't stop, won't stop corridor now. For Inside Star Citizen, I'm Jared Huckabee. Here are a few more shots of the currently under construction 7th floor of the Manchester Goods Yard building, future home of CIG UK. And we'll see you all here next week from the 8th, which is actually the 9th stories up. Don't cut me off. You're still here. Go.